I use a DSLR or digital single lens reflex camera and will be discussing tips on lenses and settings that were useful to me when I started taking pictures. A DSLR camera is the standard camera for professional photographers. These cameras are generally more expensive than basic point-and-shoot cameras, but offer many settings and options that are useful for light, especially low light, speed, and quality. The lens that you choose is critical for the types of photographs that you want to produce. My favorite lens is a prime 35mm lens, which imitates what the human eye sees. Common lenses include macro, fixed or prime, and zoom. Macro lenses are used to take up-close pictures of detail. These lenses can be used to magnify textures and patterns found in nature, eyes, or anything else that you want a closer look at. Prime lenses are not able to zoom. I use these lenses the most because they deliver high-quality images with less work on the photographer's end. Zoom lenses are useful in the way that they combine many lenses into one. These lenses are particularly helpful for travel photography as they lessen the camera equipment that you need to carry. Camera settings. When I first got my DSLR camera, I usually relied on the automatic setting, letting the camera do the work for me. After I learned more about settings, I began using the aperture priority and shutter priority setting. These two settings set either the aperture or the shutter speed, allowing me to manually modify other features, but not all of them. I now use the manual setting, which lets the user control all components of the camera, but I still often have to adjust these settings a couple of times until I get the image that I want. The aperture is the size of the opening in the camera lens. On the camera, the aperture is represented by the f-stop. A low f-stop lets the most amount of light in, and a high f-stop lets the least amount of light in. The depth of field is a tool used by photographers to emphasize features of a picture and is decided by the aperture. When the f-stop is lower, the focal point, or where the viewer's eye first arrives, is sharp with a soft and blurry background. When the f-stop is a higher number, the entire picture is in focus. The higher f-stop is useful in hectic city scenes or large landscapes. Many tips are available in National Geographic's Getting Your Shot. I highly recommend this book for all levels of photographers.